ಶ್ರೀ ಗಣೇಶಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಮಯ್ಯೇವ ಮನ ಆಧತ್ಸ್ವ ಮಯಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿಂ ನಿವೇಶಯ ನಿವಸಿಷ್ಯಸಿ ಮಯ್ಯೇವ ಅತ ಊರ್ಧ್ವಂ ನ ಸಂಶಯಃ. Bhagavan says, "Fix the mind and intellect on me alone. Let your understanding be absorbed in me. Thereafter you will dwell in me alone. There is no doubt." The glory of Vishwarupa Upasana is that we are never away from Lord. There is no question of separation. Therefore, Bhagavan says, emotionally learn to be with me by Vishwarupa Upasana. This Vishwarupa Upasana is based out of an understanding that Lord is the cause, Karanam. The world is effect, Karyam. Like in the example of a jewelry shop, a jewelry world, when we are handling the ornaments made out of gold, we are handling the substratum gold alone. Similarly, when we are handling the world, we are in communion with Ishvara alone. This is the conviction born out of the scriptural study. If Vishwarupa Upasana itself is difficult for us, what to do? Krishna says in the next verse, "Adhachittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi sthiram abhyasa yogena tato mam ichhaptum dhanam jaya." If you are not able to fix the mind firmly on me, then seek to attain me by means of Abhyasa Yoga. O Arjuna, if you are not able to do Vishwarupa Upasana, then you can worship Lord in any form like Rama, Krishna, Durga, Shiva, any of your Ishtadevata Upasana. Example, read Ramayana to worship the form Rama and dwell upon his character, activities. This Abhyasa ultimately leads to Vishwarupa Upasana. Saints like Tyagaraja, Sri Ramadasu saw Rama everywhere, every time. There is a great Kirtana by Sri Ramadasu, "Anta Ramamayam, ee Jagamanta Ramamayam." Akasha is Rama, Vayu is Rama, Agni is Rama. Everything is Rama. We need not bother how to come to Vishwarupa Upasana. Lord Himself will uplift us to Vishwarupa Upasana. Upasana is a manasa karma, means purely a mental activity by withdrawing mind away from the external world and turning inwards. However, if this is difficult, like to sit quietly in a place for 5 minutes is difficult, then that person is an embodiment of dynamism, Rajasic in nature. Then Krishna says those persons can take Karma Yoga, life of activity and dynamism, as mentioned in the next verse. "Abhyasepya samardhosi matkarma paramo bhava madardhamapi karmani kurvan siddhimavapsyasi." If you are unable to perform Upasana, mental worship on any form, then be devoted to Paropakara Karma. Bhagavan says, dedicate your life to contribute to the society without any selfish motives. Like trees themselves stand in the hot sun and give shade to whosoever comes under it, and produces fruit to give it to others. Let our life be a life of dedication, Tyaga Buddhi. Look up to the society as Lord, Ishvara, and be humble. This life of service will certainly lead to Atma Jnana, self-knowledge and liberation, moksha. Now, if we cannot perform selfless service because of our own desires for our personal comfort needs, then Krishna says, no problem. Fulfill your desires legitimately in dharmic way. How? He explains in the next verse. Athaitadapya shaktosi kartum madyogamashritah sarvakarma phalatyagam tatah kuruyatatmavan shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat jnanadhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phalatyagah tyagat shantiranantaram. In these two verses, Lord praises the glory of karma phala tyaga, renunciation of results or fruits of works. Lord says, if you are not able to do this nishkama karma, selfless service, then renounce the results of all actions with self-restraint. Karma phala tyaga means an attitude to take the result or fruits of any action as a God's gift, Ishvara Prasada. When you build a house, look upon the house as God's own place, the temple. That's why when you do Gruha Pravesha, you take along Lord's picture when you enter the house. This is very intrinsic in our culture. Similarly, when we buy a new dress, when we prepare food, we keep it in front of the God and we take it as a gift, blessings from Lord with the feeling of gratitude. Lord says, with utmost commitment have this attitude. The karma phala tyaga attitude will help us transcend the desires, purifies our mind and paves way to Atma Jnana, self-knowledge and liberation, moksha. With this verse, he concludes different levels of Bhakti Yoga as a means of liberation. From next verse, he talks about the nature of that devotee practicing highest level of Bhakti Yoga. We will continue in the next video. Harihi Om.